Now let's get some insights into this. We are joined via Skype by Mr. Su Yan-song, the Director General of the Asia Pacific Space Cooperation Organization. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Su. Now, China's space agency says it's willing to share lunar samples with the global community. What are the other possibilities for international collaboration in space exploration?
Well, I think there are many potentials, in particular lunar exploration. We see a fever in recent years, as you mentioned, that many countries are starting to involve in lunar exploration programs. Israeli commercial companies have started, India, Japan, US, and there's also, in addition to the Chinese ambition and the Chang'e programs, there's also international collaborations in the program called the Gateway. It's a lunar orbit space station for human inhabitants and experiments. So this Gateway, which also named as Artemis, is another initiative internationally cooperate among many countries. So we have to see a point or thin end of the wedge where we can start cooperating with international partners in many areas, in particular in lunar explorations.
Now, Mr. Su, we mentioned that China is willing to share the samples, but as you know, a 2011 decree by the U.S. Congress banned NASA from engaging in bilateral agreements and coordination with China. So how does this affect space exploration efforts between the two countries?
Well, I think China and U.S. has many potential to cooperate. And the Wolf Amendment, which was published and which halted the bilateral cooperation between the governments at agency level, can also be somehow avoided by the consensus of the U.S. Congress. There are many times that U.S. and Chinese delegations have met in the past and cooperated in the lunar program itself. For example, the Chang'e 4 cooperation have started with, between NASA and China and CNSA. That is based on the U.S. lunar reconnaissance orbiter and orbiting around the moon and observe the Chinese Chang'e 3 and Chang'e 4 landing. So all of these cooperations are possible, and it's very much of a political motion whether these cooperation should be promoted, and it's very much up to the, I think, next administration to consider, especially U.S. administration, to carefully consider these possibilities. I think there are good potentials, and internationally we need cooperation.
All right, thank you, Mr. Su, for joining us and also your perspectives.